Nithyanandam. So the next segment of our webinar is going to be Akashic Reading. So all of you may have a question, what is Akashic Reading? So basically in the Akasha, which is space, there is a record of what happened in the past and what is happening now in the present and what is going to happen in the future. And everything is recorded by Lord Kalabhairava, and Lord Kalabhairava is the embodiment of time and space. So when we or anyone unlocks the power of tapping into the space of Kalabhairava and seeing the past, present and future, which are the records which are already recorded, they experience what is called as Akashic Reading. That is just reading the records of the past, present and future. And Lord Kalabhairava is the Devata, the deity which is behind this whole Shakti. And Swamiji, who is the embodiment of Kalabhairava himself, has given us the blessing of unlocking this power, and we balasanths are able to see the past, present and future. We just become an empty channel and Swamiji and Kalabhairava flow into us, and we are able to see the past, present and future in golden letters. And so Sundaresh Maharaj, what you got to say?
So what I want to say is, now Tattva Maharaj had actually presented how it feels from a speaker's view. When you read the Akashic readings, how it feels. Like Swamiji said, that it literally feels like 1,000 times myself expressing through the same body. So I want to share how it feels from the receiver side. So this is one of the experiences that happened in my life. And it was one inner awakening that Swamiji had in Kodaikanal, and it was this inner awakening which was very special because every single day all the participants of the Kodaikanal inner awakening had direct Akashic readings read by Swamiji himself. Every single day they had Kalabhairava darshan, and one such darshan all the balasanths got the opportunity to ask one question. And it was the best moment of our life. I say, like during that time in Gurukul, like we all went around what would be the best question that we can ask, what would be the best question. So going around different things, I came up with a question. So what happens in Gurukul is, very recently at that time we had watched a video where the Dalai Lama, once he leaves his body and after the cremation process, when his body is actually burnt. So after that, when they remove the skull, the footprint showing the next direction where the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama is going to happen is there. So that was really striking to me at that point, and I was wondering, what is this thing? How is that after somebody is left their body, how come their footprint is showing the next direction? And really things happen this way, and they go to that direction. There are a few more traces that they find, and they locate the Dalai Lama exactly. So when I got this opportunity, this was the first thing that struck my head, and I was blessed and fortunate enough to ask Kalabhairava this very question. So at that time we were here in Bidadi, Bengaluru Adinam, and Swamiji was in Kodaikanal, and we had a two-way video conferencing, and that time it was my chance to ask Kalabhairava, and my question was read out, and I was literally able to see Kalabhairava looking through the camera straight into me. So that itself put me out in some other state. And when the question was asked, Kalabhairava revealed that every incarnation leaves their body in this way only. Not only the Dalai Lamas, but all the incarnations from all traditions leave their mark to show where they are going to reincarnate again. And Kalabhairava said, show your head, I will show you my footprints on your head. That was something. After that I don't remember of listening something or seeing something. I was completely blacked out with that point. First itself, the look of Kalabhairava was something totally different. And when Kalabhairava was revealing it, I was in some other state. And when he closed with telling that, show your head, I will show you my footprints on your head, I was completely out of this space. So actually after that, the Kalabhairava readings, the Akashic readings got over. Then the people from the Nithyananda Gurukul, immediately, it was like evening already, so immediately we rushed to the barber shop in the local area, got my head shaved, and I came back, and people were physically able to see the footprints of Kalabhairava on my head. So I can say that that was like the first initiation that happened to me directly from Kalabhairava, and after that it stayed for a few days and then it just dissolved and became part of me. So to tell all this Akashic reading is so powerful. Among all of you, how many of you have been to Akashic readings? Raise your hand. Wow, so it's like almost every one of you have been here. For the viewers who are seeing it for the first time, how many of you feel and have experienced the depth and the power of Akashic readings? Already those people who have attended the Akashic readings, where Kalabhairava reveals something, and as soon as you follow what Kalabhairava says, the reality or what you asked Kalabhairava exactly happened the same way. So here we can look back and we can see, same way, today we are going to be having the Akashic readings where Kalabhairava is going to express himself here and manifest what is needed for all of us here. Understand, nothing in our life happens as a coincidence. If you are present here for this Akashic reading, that means it's destined for you to be here. All the viewers who are watching this through Nithyananda TV or YouTube, whatever, if you are watching this part, even if you just tuned in now, understand you are destined for it. Now let us sit with a deep space of gratitude. Sit with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Let us get ready to receive Kalabhairava. And the revelations that are going to happen today is directly going to be a part of each of your life here. Sit straight. Close your eyes. And be in open mood to receive Kalabhairava. Get ready. For the huge energy to land. Get ready to witness the landing of Mahasannidhanam, Kalabhairava. Having deep gratitude for being chosen for the whole witness and be part of this great happening. Any desire that you have, any reality you want to manifest, just hold it in your being. Make yourself receptive for receiving Kala Bhairava. Your existence is going to be fulfilled. Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Let us now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
Rupam dashadishi vinitam bhumikambhayamalam samharamuttim shiramukutajatashekharam chandrabimbam dam dirghakayam viputanakhamukham chodhvaromam karalam pam papanasham pranamata satatam bhairavam kshetrapalam Varnam kati kati katarum tikshnatam swakaralam kham ghosha ghosham khada khada khaditam kaccharam ghoranadam kam kalavasam लं वदन्तं ललितं दीर्घजिह्वाकराळं धूम्रवर्णं स्फुटविकटमुखं भास्करं भीमरूपम् नमालं रवितमविगतं ताम्रनेत्रं कराळम् नग्नभूषं प्रणमत सततं कैरवं क्षेत्रपालम् वायुवेगं नटजनसदयं ब्रह्मसारं परन्तम् खं खं खड्गहस्तं त्रिभुवनविलयं भास्करं हेमरूपम् चं 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 चलित्वा चल चल चलिताच्चालितं भूमिचक्रम्.
Dear Kala Bhairava, what is the fundamental difference between the Gurukul and the regular education?
शङ्खहस्तं शशिकरधवलं मोक्षसम्पूर्णतेजम् मम 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 महान्तं कुलमकुलकुलं मन्त्रगुप्तं सुनित्यम् यं 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 भूतनाथं किलिकिलिकिलितं बालकेलिप्रधानम्
Education is expansion of the consciousness into your length, breadth and depth level. Gurukul is where avatars and enlightened beings penetrate into you to the very subconscious level to awaken you and awaken the superconscious being in you to connect back to the source, Mahasannidhanam.
Dear Kala Bhairava, what is the role of the Nithyananda Gurukul in the history of human consciousness?
लं लं वदन्तं ललितं दीर्घजिह्वाकराळं धूम्रवर्णं स्फुटविकटमुखं भास्करं भीमरूपम्.
All the Gurukuls that happened till now were the places where avatars and various different masters met the beings who reminded them of their purpose, awakened them to their life, to their happening. Nithyananda Gurukul is the only happening in the entire human history where avatar happened to recreate himself into all the beings, to exist even in the subtlest levels of the DNA of the humanity from now on, declaring the happening of Mahasannidhanam into every awakened being. where the avatar recreates himself into these chosen beings to the depths of the DNA, length, breadth, depth, conscious, subconscious, divine, experiencing the oneness into all the levels, breaking all the granthis to experience and awaken himself into all the human beings through the Gurukul. Gurukul, the Nithyananda Gurukul, is the mark of beginning of avatars continuously happening for the humanity to radiate the space, state and the powers of Mahasannidhanam.
Dear Kalabhairava, what is the relationship between mental and physical maturity and education?
चम 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 चलित्वा चल चल चलिताच्चालितं भूमिचक्रम् मम 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 मायिरूपं प्रणमत सततं भैरवं क्षेत्रपालम्
When the physical maturity happens, the human being awakens his or her biomemory to be able to receive, grasp, absorb into their depths of what is being perceived and experienced as the best into their lives. When the mental maturity happens, all the thought currents perceived, understood and experienced as the best is grasped into their bioenergy levels, which sources all the decisions, major decisions made in their lives. The current education system penetrates into the biomemory of kids, affecting their decisions that they make in life, all the happenings created by the Prakriti, Mahasannidhanam, being absorbed and grasped, only limited with their logic, binding them into the folds of happening again until liberation is experienced. The happening of the avatar into all their lives is when the being receives the real education that it happens for. It is only an avatar's education, it is only an avatar that can penetrate into the depths of human being to give them the superconscious breakthrough which breaks and destroys all the limiting logics, expands their being physically, mentally, and absorbs their being into his own to unleash all the possibilities, all the experiences, all the anubhutis that they are destined to experience. When the physical maturity happens in the presence of the avatar, that being, that body attains the space, the dimension of brahmacharya, where all the relationships, all the hormonal ups and downs, all the understandings of life has a breakthrough that is physically experienced to the level of the very DNA into all the beings. And when this physical maturity is experienced in the space of the avatar, it leads to the mental maturity, having just directly experiencing the oneness, grasping Mahasannidhanam into their beings and expressing them from every cell of their body, which liberates all the patterns that binds them in their physical level and the mental level and the conscious level, which leads to the experience that every human being happen again and again just to experience that, which can only be given by an avatar. The physical maturity and the mental maturity is the decision of the human being to grasp for the readiness to observe the next level of breakthrough. It is an avatar's decision where he happens into those beings, giving them the physical, mental and conscious breakthrough by radiating these powers. Mahasannidhanam decides to expand himself into every single human being that experiences the connection with the divine.
Dear Kalabhairava, what are the fundamental powerful cognitions a parent needs to raise their children?
ధూమ్రవర్ణం స్ఫుట వికటముఖం భాస్కరం భీమరూపం రుండమాలం రవితమనియతం తామ్రనేత్రం కరాళం
the decision that each being takes to be born to a particular human being is decided in the last kshana of their previous birth, where that being comprehends a particular component as the best to be achieved. It is based on that being chooses to enter into another human being to experience fulfillment. Into that dimension. When the mother is ready to express her biomemory to the level of fulfillment, to be able to radiate the dimension of Devi and give the completion into the biomemory of their child. And when the father decides to open his biomemory to be able to receive the oneness with Mahasannidhanam, to give that component of completion into their child, the child receives the physical maturity and the decision that was taken in the last kshana of the previous birth reveals itself into the muscle memory of that being, into that body, which starts tuning in along with all the desires that was built in the present birth. When this memory transfer happens into the child, every parent is responsible for all the cognitions that is built in the child. The powerful cognitions that can be given by the parents to their child in the time of birth is to make the child understand that it is not bound or limited by any logic to go beyond attachment, and to integrate the child's thoughts and thought currents and thought patterns, aligning it to the best that the parents can comprehend. the powerful cognition that can be given by the parents to their child when the child attains the physical maturity is the understanding that much beyond the logic, when the child experiences the space of liberation in the thinking, the child is then ready to be able to receive the higher knowledge, experience the highest states, which also results in the healing and experiencing the breakthrough in both the parents' biomemories. When the child understands this, the being is preparing itself to receive the master. The possibility of the avatars happening into the child's life. And the powerful cognition that the parents can give to their child when the child is ready to live independently without needing the support of their parents, is to make the child cognize that every decision that is taken by him or her should be beyond the cognitions, the experiences that the child received from their parents, to take it to the next level where the biomemory expands. And when this is set as a powerful cognition to the child, it strengthens the completion with the mother and with the father, where the child operates from the space of high maturity. And that maturity which gives the ability to heal and strengthen the completions in the lives of their parents. This is the cognitions that is to be given to any child that is born. All the yoga prashtas that are born with a destined purpose already will not be limited by any of the logic of the parents right from its birth. All the logics and cognitions and patterns will only affect to the muscle memory level and to the level of thought currents. When that child meets the master, the avatar, the highest experience happens, where the being now starts aligning to his or her actual purpose. This is the experience that every yoga prashta goes through when they meet the avatar, which is given as the experience to every Gurukul kid when that being meets Swamiji as Mahasannidhanam. Every child's being opens up to be able to start receiving the highest cognitions directly from the Master, which churns out all the non-integrity and all the incomplete biomemories, limiting logics, from the physical layer and the mental layer. And when that child experiences that completion is when the power manifestation starts happening. When that child experiences Swamiji in his or her depth is when the powers starts exploding, breaking the very thought currents, breaking the very bio-memory that carried all limiting logics, which then gives the experience of oneness to each and every child. Power manifestation is the mark of the beginning of every child, evolving themselves to be able to experience the divine. And as power manifestation is just the beginning, as the being matures, a stable avatar opens his next dimensions, which starts evolving the superconscious breakthrough into each and every being. This is the entire purpose of the happening of every human being in this planet Earth. When the child is put in the Nithyananda Gurukul, this is given as the experience. Under the direct decisions of the avatar, where each of these individual beings experience, have the anubhutis of different dimensions of Mahasannidhanam that is expressed through this body of Swamiji. When that being ripens and understand the subtlest truth, the principle, that the entire happening of Nithyananda defines, that being then experiences its own self as Nithyananda, which is the end result of every balasanth that develops as an integrated being in the Nithyananda Gurukul.
नीलम रक्तवर्णं कटिकटिततनुं तीक्ष्णदंष्ट्राकराळम् घं 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 घोष घोषं खग खग खटितं खच्चरं घोरनादम् कं 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 कालपाशं धृग धृग धृगितं ज्वालितं कामदाहम् तं 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 दिव्यदेहं प्रणमत सततं
Dear Kalabhairava, what is the difference between the ancient Gurukul and the Nithyananda Gurukul?
All the Gurukuls that has happened till now had an enlightened being or an incarnation who guided all those beings into experiencing the breakthroughs in the depths of their consciousness. Every master who trained the beings that happened in his Gurukul was imparting all the experiences, cognitions into the depths of every being. It was then the individual being's decision to use that experience into their further growth in life. It was each and every individual's decision to radiate the chosen qualities or all the qualities that was experienced by them in the Gurukul. In the entire human history, the humanity as it is in the need, the happening of Mahasannidhanam in the form of Nithyananda has chosen the beings that can radiate the very DNA of Mahasannidhanam into their physical levels. And it is only those chosen beings that will receive the happening of Nithyananda Gurukul in their lives. When that being is matured, stable, the being starts experiencing the various dimensions of Mahasannidhanam. It is only in the presence of Mahasannidhanam that the superconscious breakthrough can be experienced by any human being, and this intense presence acts like an incubator in the Nithyananda Gurukul, where every being that walks in is filtered and chosen to radiate the very DNA of Mahasannidhanam. In this avatar of Mahasannidhanam, the entire humanity will receive avatars again and again, walking in this planet, radiating the state, space, powers, and the consciousness of Mahasannidhanam. Such beings will be produced by Nithyananda Gurukul to contribute to every breakthroughs that can happen, that will happen, to evolve all the humans into the superconscious beings.
सेव्यमान पावनांग्रि पंकजं व्यालयज्ञ सूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरं नारदादि योगी वृंद वंदितं दिगंबरं काशिकापुरादिनाथ काल भैरवं भजे भानुकोटि भास्वरं भवाब्धितारकं पदं नीलकण्ठमीप्सितार्थदायकं त्रिलोचनं कालकालमम्बुजाक्षमक्षशू